Hi everyone! Today I have something quite different for you. It's going to be a meetup with the young and buzzing Moroccan entrepreneur Kenza Benis. Kenza started her business about 4 years ago and she launched an argan-based cosmetic line called Kenzie Beauty. You need to check out her website, kenziebeauty.com. And today she's going to be talking to us about how to embrace fear as an entrepreneur or as an entrepreneur to be. She's going to give us a lot of advice. Keep on watching. Okay, Kenza, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for hosting me.
All right, I have a first question for you is, as an entrepreneur, because you launched several businesses, how do you manage the fear of failure on a daily basis? Like in everyday sort of situation when you have to take decision, how do you go about embracing that fear?
All right, this is an interesting question. The thing is, you need to deal with fear before starting your business and avoid being afraid every day. Now, sure, you will have decisions that frighten you or scare you, not on a daily basis, but periodically. But before starting your business, you need to be sure that you want to do this. You want to face the risk of failure and all the risks that entrepreneurship implies, and then decide, go or no go. Once you go, you need to be all in, not overthink things and ask yourself every day, am I in the right place?
Okay.
Right? Now, for the other fears, like routine fears, if I call them like this, you need to have a healthy routine. You need to exercise to relieve stress. You need to eat healthy. And also, you need to make sure that every time you achieve something, you celebrate and you are on the right track to serve your purpose and achieve your mission.
Okay. I'm sure some viewers they would say it's easier said than done, but I think you're an entrepreneur. You're already in the in that kind of sort of like field, so you've already faced so many fears. Do you think that the environment is important? You talked about health. You talked about working out and being healthy, etc. Do you think the environment that you're in actually helps to make those decisions and go for them and not regret so much when it doesn't work?
Yes, the environment is the backbone in some sort. And when I was talking about the go or no go, that's when you need to validate. Am I in the right environment to try to achieve what I'm trying to achieve, right? So this means that you are surrounded by people that are positive, that are going to uplift you to achieve your purpose. And also sometimes the fears or the sources of the fears that we have are totally linked to the environment. For example, when you do not meet success quickly, your family is worrying, and it definitely impacts your life. So you need to make it clear with your environment, and especially your loved ones, that you are trying something that is hard, that there is a risk of failure, and you need to validate that they are okay with that. And also you need to validate with yourself that you are okay to maybe one day depend on them, because you will have faith. But it's normally when you're an entrepreneur and you start your business and take the plunge, you know that there is a risk that you're going to fail, and you're okay with it, because the purpose is much more important. The excitement of maybe achieving one day is much more important than the risk of failing.
Okay, well, that brings me to my next question, which is, do you think that to actually have more chances of succeeding and winning, that one should actually start several businesses, or just one and focus on that one, or actually start many ones and just to increase the chances of winning?
Well, ideally, it is very well known that you should focus on one purpose and go all in and implement whatever your plan is, right? But sometimes life decides that you will not going to follow this track, and to mitigate the risk of failure, you try to do several things to try to achieve your success like rapidly. So it is not the ideal thing to do, but sometimes you're forced to.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you just need to manage that. Normally, what entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs coaches advise is to go to focus on one project, and then maybe if it doesn't work, you pivot. But then if you need to do a lot of several things at the same time, you need to.
Yeah, I think it's a topic I sort of covered in one of my earlier videos, actually, to diversify your sources of income, because at least if one is not working, then you have the other ones that are working for you. All right, now talking about money, when did you start your business?
That was back in 2011, but the activity started in 2012.
2012, so that's been like 4 years now.
Yeah.
Now, when you started, did you use your personal money? And if you did, I mean, how did you feel about, like putting all your savings into a business that you were not sure about?
So yes, absolutely. I used all my savings, and as I told you, the excitement of achieving what I wanted to do, and also when you're an entrepreneur, you like risk, and I was excited by the risk. It matter to me, and maybe I have a problem with that. Actually, is that money does not matter to me. The most important to me is purpose, and living a life that makes sense to me, that is in line with my values and a purpose I set for myself, right?
Wow.
So I shouldn't.
We don't hear that a lot of time. People don't care about money.
I should care more about money. This morning I read an article about on Les Echos, which is a French business paper. Yeah, exactly. And they were talking about entrepreneurs that do not think of themselves. They not take insurances, medical insurances or insurances from themselves. And also they don't pay themselves for a long time. And this is a risk they should not take. But then this is the nature of entrepreneurs. But maybe as now entrepreneurship is a thing worldwide and also in Morocco, maybe the government should propose a package for these entrepreneurs to protect them.
Yeah. I think one of the most common advices that people give, experts give, is actually pay yourself first. But we as entrepreneurs, we're like, okay, I have to pay this bill and that bill, and we forget about ourselves. But the beautiful thing, because we're driven by something bigger than just money. It's true, we need money because we need to survive and pay our bills. But I think there's something bigger than just getting that paycheck or getting that money.
Absolutely, and that's what makes you wake up early and hustle.
I know you wake up very earlier. That's great.
Otherwise, there's no more motivation. Money cannot be a motivation for an entrepreneur, I think. Well, at least not an innovative entrepreneur or social entrepreneur. If you're American, then you're American, but because you had an opportunity and it works for you. It's not really the meaning of entrepreneurship, today's entrepreneurship.
So guys, don't start your business just for the money. You should
unless you have an opportunity, and then go for it for sure.
But most people who are young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs to be and have a dream, and they shouldn't really start a business just for getting richer or getting more money, etc. But you should have a bigger mission, I'd say.
True, but then what would a financial expert say is that no, we don't need that. We are not funding entrepreneurs' dream, right? you need to make sure that your dream is not totally disconnected with reality. What a VC would say is that, yes, dream big, sure, but don't be disconnected with the reality. You need to have a purpose that is bankable.
Okay. Well, I mean, the whole purpose of starting a business is either fill a gap, meaning a need, or create a need. So basically, an entrepreneur should start with that sort of mindset. Am I creating a need, or am I filling a need? And then later on have that mission.
But sometimes, and you get lost because you want to achieve and implement your idea so much that you forget that maybe consumers don't really want it. Or sometimes they tell you, I don't want it, but you're absolutely sure they should want it because it's really good. And if you manage to create it, then they will realize that they really need it. And this is the kind of canvas or case where you will find very innovative or creative entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs. That's what he did. But the thing is, you fail being Steve Jobs one time out of 1,000. I don't know. When you decide to create an innovative service or idea, you know that you will have a lot of failures, and you don't fear to overcome them.
Okay, it's part of the game, right?
It's part of the game.
Okay. Now, today, Kenza, what are the things you're working on your personal level to better deal with future difficult times or situations or problems?
Right. Now, I really promised myself to exercise every day.
Wow.
Every day. You can imagine how much it impacts your daily mental health, definitely. And then also, I decided I had a plan for this year, and now I'm all in. I hustle. Like I have products that I'm marketing, and I'm going through all my contacts and presenting. I don't leave any opportunity. I do whatever it takes to manage to market my brand. And I set a deadline for that, and it really helps, actually.
Okay. So having deadlines, having objectives, and hustling, basically.
Hustling, exercising. You need to be good mentally and physically. This means that you need to exercise, and you also need to have spiritual retreats, which I do. I do that often, right?
Okay, what would you say to people who say, I don't have time and there are only 8 hours a day, I've been working?
If you don't do that, you're aiming to failure.
Oh, okay.
Definitely. At some point, it happened to me. I found myself not exercising, completely stressed, and I was going to face a burnout. And then I just stopped because I could not work anymore. I didn't have the focus. I could not do anything completely and well implemented. So I stopped and I started exercising. I did a spiritual retreat, and little by little things started working out again. Okay. This is really something you need to do. I mean, if you don't have time doing that, you won't have time working on your project.
Okay. All right, guys. Take care of yourselves, exercise, work out, and eat healthy, right?
You're the most important part in the story when implementing.
Yeah.
If you're missing, then you cannot realize really your project.
Yeah, I think it's a very important message. Now, Kenza, if you were to start all over again and go back to 2012, what would you change in your business or in the decisions you've actually made throughout these years?
You know, as an entrepreneur, I don't believe in being back to a past. You are aiming at these failures, and you are watching these failures and promising that you will overcome them. So these failures, I had to go through them, right? What I wanted to do is face the upcoming fears, and I am armed with my learnings, with the past failures and fears I have.
Okay. All right, Kenza, thanks very much for coming in. I think today's episode was like full of deep messages and deep pieces of advice. So that's great. Thanks again, Kenza.
Thank you.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's interview. Make sure to check out the collab video I did with Kenza. It's on her website, entrepreneurtalk.net. You'll find out the interview we did together on personal branding, how to better your personal brand and make it grow and known to everyone. Make sure to comment down below. Let us know what are your biggest fear as an entrepreneur. Is it the fear of losing money? Is it the fear of missing that opportunity in a corporation? What is your biggest fear? Comment down below and we'll stay in touch. Bye-bye.